몽군이 낫다님 별풍선 하나 감사합니다.
네, 뭐라고요?
일단 몽군이 낫다.
네, 그렇죠. 몽군 선수 지고 있으니까 그냥 몽군 선수 낫다고 해주세요. 예. 지금 지고 있으니까. 알겠습니다. 우선, 지고 있는 거 아니죠? 예. 자, 1대0이고요. 네, 경기 한번 가보도록 하겠습니다. 어떤 경기 나올지 가보도록 하죠.
고고.
아프리카 스타크래프트전 소니TV 함께하고 있습니다. 7차 스타비자 리그 16강전이고요. B조의 두 번째 경기. 이 차로 지면은 집으로 가야 되는 버스를 타야 됩니다. 굉장히 씁쓸할 수 있어요. 일렉트릭 서킷 경기 어떤 경기 나올지 경기 바로 해보도록 하죠.
창을 하나 둘 셋.
저 소리가 선수들에게 들리겠죠, 저거는.
모르겠네요.
Well, hey, going into the game.
방금이 얼마나 잘 됐는지.
At the top left, as the yellow Terran, we have
지금 보이는 11시
Mong.
진영 11시고요. 네, 몽군 선수. 네, 방금 전 저한테 못생겨서 그랬는데 지금 캐머맨에 보이는 사람이 몽군 선수입니다. 몽군 선수
Who is
분들은 지금 화면에 나오시고
drinking the flash juice.
자, 몽군 선수 지금 물을 먹기 위해
Alright.
코를 약간 푸는 것 같아요. 자, 지금 이창호 선수 다시죠. 빨간색 저근데요, 이창호 선수. 자, 이창호 선수는 표정 변화.
And on the other side of the green barrier,
멘탈 붕괴를
we have
당할 수도 있을 것 같아요. 확실히
Sabre.
3연패 중이거든요.
the lovely Saber. Oh shit, damn it! Too slow.
한 경기는 그래도
예.
네, 나왔는데 이겨줬으면
So.
바람이네요.
그렇죠, 그렇죠. 자, 이창호 선수 3연패를 하고 있지만 침착하게 경기에 임했으면 좋겠고요. 또 여자 심판이
Cross bombs on electric circuit.
네, 맞습니다.
Saber one game away from being eliminated from the entire tournament.
클로즈 많이 하지 마세요.
And so we're just gonna look at the Juice Girl instead.
네, 네.
왜 그래요?
농담입니다, 농담.
네.
저랑
다 말해야 되겠다.
친한 직원이기 때문에 그런 겁니다. 예. 자, 우선은 뭐 중요한 거는 어찌됐든
I wonder, like, you know how, Korean fangirl instinct upon being on camera is to hide their faces? But obviously, like, it's her kind of job to not hide her face while sitting there, right? I wonder if that causes some kind of crazy internal conflict, like some inner turmoil, where on one hand, your instinct is to just hide yourself, where, you have to restrain your hands and just let your face be seen. It must be pretty tough. It's a hard job being a juice girl. Anyway, there's the sweet dual screen setup. And otherwise, looks like we're just gonna have a one rocks expand here again from Mr. Mong. Meanwhile, I believe it was a 12 patch on the inside, I wasn't paying attention. And we actually have the second depot placed in such a fashion that if he did need to emergency wall, he could build a barracks there. And it would be a tight wall with a depot and barracks. So that's quite cool. But his SCV is getting down there now to see it is a 12 patch. And is he gonna get the drone? No, I don't think so. Nope. Nope. See, what would have been really... Oh, you can get it with the SCV! Get it with the SCV! Get it! Oh, he got it once! He got one hit! Get him. Get him. Kill him. He's not gonna get him. No way. Did they run at the same speed? There's no way you're gonna get him.
침착하면 안 되고 그냥 살려줘야죠. 그렇죠. 자, 저 정도까지 SCB가 침착을 하네요, 여기서. 네,
침착을 약간
근데 이창호 선수 3회 아니고 이번 트래시입니다.
So it is gonna be a 2-hatch build this time from Saber. Which is a curious choice on this map, since you get that 3 minute only if you go for a 3-hatch opener, but whatever, it's all good. And more importantly, ooh, Factory! This could be a fast Vessel build and or fast Valkyrie build, considering the 2-hatch opening has been scouted, and it's almost certainly going to be 2-hatch Muta. Although actually, having said that, since this is electric circuit, that makes 2H lurker marginally more likely. It's still not. It's still most likely going to be 2H muta, but you know, it could be. No, it can't be. Yeah, it is going to be 2H muta. But because there are those stacked back power generators, that makes fast lurkers maybe a couple percent more of a possibility. Anyway, let's see how good Sabre's Muta Micro is. You know, in the first series I was very unimpressed, but last game was not bad, not bad. Although he still lost, so not really sure what that says. And of course Mong is supposed to be a TVZ specialist. Or maybe not specialist, but that is his best matchup. And Sabre now, poking around. The SEV gonna get back into his base and see what's going on. Gonna see the Spire, so now Mong knows exactly what's going on. Is that just me, or is there a hatchery at the 9 o'clock? Is that a hatchery? I believe it is. I believe that's a hatchery. They're not showing it, but I see it. I see it! Can't hide it from me. So the SCV this time gets taken out, and there is your hidden expo at the 9 o'clock. Now, oh, it is going to be science vessels, so fast science vessels, as I said earlier, which is going to be interesting. So basically, the 2H Muta, it needs to do some damage to make it worth it, because you are cutting a little bit of economy compared to a 3H opener. And the problem though is that obviously, you know, science vessels, and more importantly irradiates, shut down muta harass very effectively, because when you're muta harassing, you know, you want the mutas to be stacked as tightly as possible, and yet the irradiate then becomes super effective. So you know, Sabre's not going to have very long to harass with his mutas before the vessel has an irradiate and he has to run away. So let's see what he can do with this. But the thing is, even if he's not overly aggressive with the mutas, he's still taking that hidden third base, and he can still kind of use them to keep the Terran back and just kind of try and avoid the science vessel and do good splits. And still kind of make them somewhat effective. But more importantly, actually, it looks like you know, there just wasn't enough anti-air here in the base in the first place. Only 3 Marines there. A good number of turrets though are going to ward these mutas away, but man, Mong has to be a little bit careful here. Even though he is going fast vessel, or possibly because he's going fast vessel, he just doesn't actually have any ground forces to deal with this. Although, oh, looks like he tried to go out with. That's why he didn't have any units. He went out. He went for speed vultures instead, and this is a very interesting choice here. To counter the mutas is to just run into the main with speed vultures. Unfortunately for him, he got caught by the mutas, and only a single vulture got out, and that's going to get shut down very, very easily. So Mong not in the best position. The science vessel does come out here, but it's not going to have everyone irradiate for a little while here. You can see the science vessel, the science facility rather, is still researching it, and of course the vessel needs to regenerate the energy before it can use it. It looks like he's just trying to maybe scare the mutas. He's just trying to get into position. As soon as he has enough energy, he can just irradiate those mutas and hope that Sabre doesn't split it very well. But so far, Sabre is doing a great amount of damage and has not really taken any damage from the vultures. And whoa, looks like accidentally morphing his hidden expo there into a lair for some reason. He has hidden the Hydra in there as well. Meanwhile, the muta is still poking around here, but I feel like Irradiate is going to be ready very, very soon. And look how many turrets there are. It looks like 8 turrets in the main base alone, plus a number in the natural. And there's the Irradiate. He needs to split that out perfectly, and wow! Instant split! Oh my god, that was perfect. I don't know if that was luck or what, but looks like he's going to get the vessel as well. Oh, he took a lot more damage trying to kill that vessel than he did from the actual Irradiate, which is quite funny. Look at that. He even brought a Scourge, but doesn't even need it. That was actually an amazing split there. I mean, he instantly pulled it and they just shot the muta. That poor muta, man. Whew. Anyway, Mong just like trying to build turrets wherever he can to not die, but he is not in great shape here. And look, he's building some, or rather laying some mines outside. But the funny thing is that these the lurkers are actually going to come from the 9 o'clock base instead. It's going to be very, very interesting. Oh wow. That overlord actually on the side actually provided vision there. And see, when these lurkers come in, there's going to be no ground units to deal with them. I mean, turrets are all well and good against mutas, but he's got absolutely nothing to stop the lurkers. I mean, the mines outside of the Zerg's natural, see, Mong's gonna assume that those mines are gonna stop any lurkers that come out, but they're not. He's got the 9 o'clock. Now the vultures though, look at the mini-map. The vultures are actually moving around to check for hidden expos. He knows there's gotta be a third base somewhere, right? I mean, because, you know, sometimes Zergs do go all in on, you know, with 2-hatch Muta, but I'm sure he senses that that's not what's going on here. So he's definitely suspecting there's a base somewhere, but he just doesn't know where it is. The vultures are at the main bases now. They don't see any thirds. I mean, I hope he doesn't misread this and just think, oh, well, he is actually going for 2-hatch Muta all in. Because if he thinks that that Saber's going for 2-hatch Muta all in, you know, he's going to feel quite confident having all of those turrets already up, and he might just like not even, you know, might relax a little bit too soon here, and then the lurkers are just going to come in and kill him. I think that's what's going to happen here anyway. Because he's just got, you know, 15 turrets and nothing to stop lurkers. Meanwhile, the mines are being cleared out from the natural anyway. And this is looking very, very bad for Mong right now. 4 lurkers are up, and... is there a drop? Oh! Slow drop lurkers in the back! Oh, baby, baby, baby! Not just a hidden hatchery there, but because he was slow dropping, he wanted to be able to spawn the overlords there as well. So sick! So sick! And look at that, he only has to go like a tiny distance anyway. Oh man, there was actually enough at the front to stop the lurkers, but not in the back! Not in the back! Oh man, Saber, I can't believe I doubted you. I can't believe I stopped cheering you just for a second there at the end of the last game. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now the problem is, I mean, I don't actually know, are there enough units to deal with it anyway? Oh, he's gonna kill the vessel! Oh, he gets the vessel! He gets the vessel! There's still a sea shank there though, you still gotta be careful. How does Mong actually deal with this? Because this Muta's overhead as well, right? Wait, where are you going? Come back. What are you doing? Oh, what? Oh wow, that was like not effective at all. Oh shit, he got irradiated too! Wow, that was actually possibly the most lackluster drop we could have seen. It did absolutely nothing. Oh, balls. Huh. Well, I guess mass turrets is pretty good against lurkers too. What are you gonna do? Man, if I was Saber, I'd be pretty mad right now. Be like, what the shit? That's such a good plan. And now the thing is, now Mong's gotta be like, alright, where's your hidden base? Because, you know, he sees that there's no overlord speed, right? I'm pretty sure he sees that. Even if he doesn't, he's gotta be a little bit suspicious. He's gotta be checking things out. I mean, it is possible that Saber could have just sent a bunch of overlords near Mong's base anyway. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a proxy hatchery like this. But it's very, very suspicious. The cool thing now is though that he also got overlord speed, so now he can just do regular drops anyway. And he's still got the mutas alive despite the constant irradiates. So he's gonna stop these turrets from going up and keep the threat of drops alive. But the problem is, the main Terran army is moving out now, and I don't know what Saber has to actually stop it. I don't think he actually has enough units here to actually do anything. That's a pretty sizable army judging from the mini-map. He's gotta be careful not to run the lurkers in and suicide them. Oh my god, the lurkers! No, what are you doing? Dude, Saber! Saber, man, pay attention. Dude, stop, you know, sneaking glances at the booth girl. Pay attention to the game. You're gonna get eliminated. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good either. Oh god. Alright. Does he have any sunkens? Even if he has some sunkens, it's probably not going to be enough. He's trying to take the 6 o'clock, but... Oh, he's moving in. He's got Hydra Lurk. He's actually got a lot of lurkers at his natural. Oh man, Saber might live. Saber! Come on, do it. Do it, baby. Yeah. Oh yeah, Saber's alive. Alright, the problem is there's actually no hive in sight. He's going Hydra Lurk. He's going like mass mid-game army here, which is very cool, but I don't think that's very effective in the modern metagame, if you will. I mean, you know, pro gamers did at one point like to do this kind of mass Hydro Lurk stuff, but that's no longer favored. They're always going for the fast defilers nowadays with pretty good reason. I mean, Terran just needs to be like, oh, you're making Hydro Lurker and not going for Hive? I guess I'll just make non-stop siege tanks from my factory and win the game. And that's about it. So, big Hydro Lurk army. It's a little bit scary. He's trying to get a flank off. He's trying to get a good position. And here we go. This could be the final battle. It's a lot of Lurkers. I think he has enough. The Marines aren't getting... They're getting stuck on the tanks. Oh, nice skewer there. And the Hydra's coming from behind as well. Sabre holding on valiantly here with the Hydra Lurker. The problem is, I don't know how long this is going to last. I mean, is he going Hive eventually, or is he just going to actually stay on Hydra Lurker? He's actually gotten to 6 o'clock now. Sabre's actually not doing too badly. I thought he would be, he'd be in big trouble after that failed drop, but actually he's got a good number of units. The Lurker's pushing forward again. And the funny thing is, the Hydras can even, you know, snipe these science vessels every now and then if they want. Anyway, a couple more factories being added. It'd be very useful if he could start pumping out siege tanks from more than one factory. And now it looks like Mong moving towards the 6 o'clock, but Sabre gonna have none of it. Wow. Did you... What? What? 6 scan there. I don't know how he knew. I guess he must... Maybe he saw them when he poked down there just now, but 6 scan. Gotta be a little bit careful with the damaged vessel though. The Hydra's can easily pick it off. I actually saw a really cool move by... it was the I Love Jesus stream on Team Liquid where the Zerg player actually used Ensnare and Plague on vessels. So they're like a big clump of vessels. He plagued them and then ensnared them and had like 2 Hydralisks and just ran up and killed like 7 science vessels. It was so cool. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, apparently this 9 o'clock was not spotted, even though I said it might have tipped Mong off that this was here from that fast slow drop. Fast slow drop. But yeah, apparently it didn't, and he's only just now realized that this base is here. While another failed drop goes in. Burrow! Doesn't matter. But I think, the thing is, I mean, look at this. Sabre's expanding to the bottom left main as well, right? So he's got the 6 o'clock, he's got his 3 bases at the bottom right. He's in fantastic shape. There's a few units at the 12 o'clock from Mong, but no command center there yet, I don't think. And now a Hive is finally starting here for Sabre. Of course, a much later Hive than you'd usually expect to see in this matchup. And oh man, Mong trying to be fancy and take down these Lurkers, but doesn't quite realize how many there are. I think there's one on the back there, on that black area of the tile set, which is a little bit harder to see here. Sometimes the tile set actually makes a difference, like especially on the like the volcano, the Ashwold tile set. It's very difficult to see borrowed units on the on the dark patches. So it might have been a bit of a misread there from Mong, thinking he could actually take that, or maybe he just got too cocky in his own micro abilities. But either way, looks like another drone at the 3 o'clock, getting ready to take that. And a few Marines going to try and defend this 12 o'clock. We're going to get completely slaughtered here. I think Sabre's going to take this game here. Mong is completely pinned to his main 3 bases. I'm a little bit surprised Sabre's not moving over to kill that 12 o'clock here. Wants to take it out. Wow, that's a lot of siege tanks. I think Sabre really should just send a handful of Hydras over there to take that out. He does not want to engage this army. The tanks are sieging up. Oh, I gotta be so careful here. I mean, what is he doing here? The army's kind of running around like a headless chicken. I mean, dude, get your army together. Why is he not killing the 12 o'clock? Why is he not killing the 12 o'clock? Nice little target fire on his own Hydra that was irradiated, but I can't believe that 12 o'clock is still going up. I mean, it looks like Sabre's decided to actually just move his army over to defend the 9 o'clock base instead. I mean, the thing is, though, he's expanding like crazy, so it doesn't really matter. Even if Mong gets to 12 o'clock, Sabre's economy is so much better. And once his Hive finishes and he gets his Hive tech, I think he'll be in fantastic shape here, as long as he doesn't mess anything up in the late game. So, yeah, it's not the end of the world, but I thought it was a free kill for him. I hope he doesn't keep going for drops, though. There's like so much anti-drop defense there now. Does that Ling not see it? The Ling must see it. Whatever.
9시 멀티 날리고 병력 싸움에서
Alright.
이겨줘야 돼요. 그래야지 승산이 있습니다. 테라는.
Uh, a little bit of a mistimed flank here, but oh, that's not good. Oh no, go back. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Oh no.
너무 많아요, 근데.
Oh man, I think Saber's trying a little bit too hard to defend or to like keep his 9 o'clock. I don't really understand. He needs to not do things like that. And what the heck are those lurkers doing? Anyway, he at least does have the bottom left. I mean, yeah, he's got plenty of expos. He really doesn't need that 9 o'clock at all. I don't know why he's so freaking out about it. Oh my god! Oh shit! Oh no! SCB! Yeah, Shiba! Shiba! Oh man, that was not good for Maw. Wow. Well, not a good day to be an SCV. Looks like this base is finally going to go down, but just look at the minimap. Mong has every other base on the map almost. A few units moving out to the bottom left, they might actually be able to kill that as well. There's a Nidus Canal there, but I don't think Saber actually sees that coming, so let's see if he can actually react in time. Did I just see 4 evolution chambers? Maybe I was crazy. Anyway, he's sending out some units now, but I don't know if that's going to be in time. There's a lot of Marines there. If you can get the swarm off, though, that'll be good. Yep, and looks like he might actually be able to save the space. Gotta be careful to stay under the swarm, though. Finally gets irradiated. And another big army is actually moving across the middle of the map. If you look at the middle, if you look at the minimap rather, there, big yellow line moving across the center of the map. Not actually sure where it's going though. It doesn't look like a big enough army to actually attack the Zerg's natural, but cleaning up a few lurkers here in the middle of the map. Saber's big army control here seems to be slightly flaky. A few Scourge coming in to try and pick off free vessels given the lack of anti-air here. But yeah, this Terran army is actually looking quite scary with so many siege tanks. I mean, as I said, easy response to to Hydra Lurk is just a mass siege tank, and I mean they work pretty well against almost anything really. Tanks are basically the counter to ground units in general. But looks like without much support there. Wait, why are they engaging there? What are they doing? They're under swarm. They need to move back a little bit. I don't think you can get away with just pure tanks unless you have a little bit more than that. I don't think he's quite at critical mass yet. He has a lot of tanks. I don't know. That is a stupid number of siege tanks. I think he can actually kill the bottom left base this time. Meanwhile, some Zerglings running through. The thing is, though, Mong still has been denied that 12 o'clock base. He's just now floating the command center back, so he's still mining from just his 3 original bases, which is not ideal. It looks like, oh, might get a big skewer with these lurkers. Is there one lurker there still? Yes, there is indeed, doing a lot of damage here. Mong's just trying to win with these A-move tanks here. I don't know how this is going to work. I really don't see it working at all. Some stupid drone there trying to build a hatchery while the siege tanks are sitting there. So he's going to siege up into Concave, but really not much you can do with Dark Swarms available to the Zerg. I mean, oh no, now going to lose all these expensive siege tanks. Big mistake here from Mong. Loses all those tanks. That was like, 10 siege tanks he just lost for a bunch of Zerglings. And I think Mong is dead now. This is almost the reverse of last game. I think Mong's now the one who needs to just go for a big all-in and then just GG. Oh! Wait, did he irradiate the... Oh no, lurkers are burrowing! Run, SCVs, run! Run! Run away! Oh man. Dude, he could have used that irradiated overlord to eraser the SCVs. That would have been so cool. Looks like finally a bit of counter harassment here, gonna murder all the drones at the 6 o'clock as well. Bit of tit for tat here, but man, that would have been so sweet. Oh, meanwhile, wow! Oh my god, he killed 4 defilers there. Look at that, there's 4 defiler corpses there. In all that blood, he's laid a bunch of mines there. Wow. Really effective ultra harass here from Mong. Looks like he just really doesn't want to go out yet, but I mean the Zerg's taking 3/4 of the map, so I don't really know what he thinks he can do here. Even if he kills at 6 o'clock, Zerg just has way too much economy behind. I mean, maybe the thing is, if Mong can kind of, move out, expand slowly but safely, and kind of rely on having slightly better big army control than Saber, maybe he can do something. But it's very, very difficult. So meanwhile, Saber is just running individual Zerglings around to try and clear Spider Mines. Very nice move. And Mong looks like he's ready to now move out again. Feels like he has enough units. He's actually, funnily enough, still got a handful of Medic Marine here, even though he switched to Mech quite a while ago. I don't know if those are... I don't know if he's actually kept a couple of barracks in his main base to keep producing them, or if these are just leftovers from before. I'm a little bit surprised they're still alive. But whatever the case may be... Well, actually, if you look at the minimap, there's a lot of movement all over the place. There's like a small, you know, half the army going to the top right, half the army going to the bottom left, and some vultures at the outside the Zerg's natural just laying mines to cut off reinforcements. This kind of big multitasking situation could be quite good, since Sabre's shown already some lackluster control. It's going to have an even harder time fighting on 3 fronts here, although the Marines running into Sunkens without too much medic support here is not going to be ideal. And there's the Defiler popping out, there's the Ultralisk, and there's the Swarm. So even though the Nidus Canal does go down, one Ultralisk does get out with a couple of Defilers, although that might not actually be enough here. Those Mines could actually take out the Ultra fairly easily. Mines extremely effective against Ultralisks, doing their full 125 damage, basically, minus whatever armor the Ultra has. So minus, what, 5 armor, 6 armor, and 3 more Defilers getting sniped there at the top left. I don't know, it feels like Sabre often overmakes Defilers here in the late game. I felt the same way in... when he played against, who was it? I think against Shiny on Jade. Didn't he like get a bunch of Defilers out right before he GG'd or something? He had like 4 Defilers and no units in his natural or something? Or was it actually, wait, no, was that last game against Mong? That might have been last game against Mong, actually. I'm just getting so confused now with all these players that I'm not familiar with. Sorry about that. You know what, looks like the Terran's actually expanding to the 9 o'clock here. And continue to do this harassment. I mean, Mong is putting up a valiant effort here. Of course, this is his best matchup, so showing some really top-notch play. But, oh, another irradiated Overlord. Trying to do some link drops here at the 12 o'clock, proving to be ineffective. And this is quite interesting. I mean, I'm just trying to think, you know, in theory, Sabre should just be able to spam Ultralisk right now and just easily win the game, and yet if you look at the minimap, Mong seems to have slightly better map control of the middle, even though he does have fewer expos, although look, this is not what he wants to do. He already threw away a large number of siege tanks just now. Throwing away small groups like this is really not going to do anything. In small numbers like this, siege tanks are actually not really good at all, in fact. It's not very cost effective. I mean, of course they're still scary, but you can get taken out quite easily by most units. Random play there on that one siege tank as well, which is quite funny. And I mean, looks like this army's going to do decently well against Ultras. Siege tanks are pretty good against Ultralisks. If he can take down this top right base, he might have something, but no, more units coming out of the Nidus Canal and gonna clean up this ground army. So even though Mong is kind of looking kind of okay in the middle of the map, just cannot figure out how to get rid of any of these expos. I mean, he's expoed himself to the 9 o'clock, but all his attacks on these different expansions of the Zerg have been mostly ineffective. I mean, the best attack he did really was that Vulture Ass at the 6 o'clock that killed all the drones, and that's about it. And now some more units pouring into the 12 o'clock here. This time just going in with the Ultras, not goofing around with any silly drops or anything like that. Gonna be able to kill some more of these SCVs. It looks like one of the Ultras is getting bugged out, and a bunch of Vultures actually running from the back. I don't know when those back power generators were taken down, but it's opened up a path for the Vultures to come in and kill all of these drones here. If he target fires, he will be able to kill all of them, and those other drones are going to try and stack themselves on the geyser to save themselves, but I think with good focus firing here, he can basically kill all of these drones. Yeah, the Sunken is not going to kill the Vultures fast enough to save the drones, and very effective harassment here from Mong. If he wins this game, I will be amazed. That would be an amazing comeback from him. I think Sabre would be extremely disappointed if that happened here. He's already had some disappointing games, I think, so far. But that would just be very unlikely. More Ultralisks coming in, cleaning up siege tanks. It's not looking good. Mong doesn't even have very many SCVs at the 9 o'clock. I guess just the constant lurker drops on his mineral lines taking their toll there. I'm a little bit surprised how low the SCV count is on the 9 o'clock. So even though it looks good there that he has that base, it's really not mining very much. And once again, going to be forced to let this 12 o'clock. Should probably just send those SCVs over to the 9 o'clock instead. And actually, instead of defending this base, it looks like Mong is just going to go counterattack to the bottom left here. I see some movement down there, but really doesn't have too much overall anyway. I wish I could see his supply count right now. It's probably quite low. He's sending a handful of Marines and Firebats there, so the Lings won't be able to clean that up. Might actually be able to kill that hatchery, but I don't think Sabre actually cares, especially since it's a mineral only. It's not even a gas base.
지창호 선수 이제 유닛만 찍어내서 저글링
So, well, the tank's going to do a good job here at the 6 o'clock again. This is actually very interesting by Mong. Look at this. This is the second time he's done this, at least, where he just sends out 4 random siege tanks to kind of take down a position here, and it actually seems to be quite effective. Really interesting. I mean, usually, you know, the principle is that you want to keep all your siege tanks bunched together because they kind of their effectiveness, their cost effectiveness increases exponentially as you add on more into your clump. But in this case, he's just like, well, actually, I'll just send out 4 tanks by themselves, no support, and do a ton of damage, killing a bunch of drones as well here. Mong may well be on his way to a sick comeback. I mean, he just needs to kind of barely, as he's been doing, just barely hold on to this 12 o'clock base, barely defend his own expos, while simultaneously going out and killing the Zerg's expos and drones. I mean, he's killed the 6 o'clock, he's killed a bunch of drones that were coming in from the bottom left there, but oh, looks like this 12 o'clock might finally fall there. I don't think he can save it this time. 4 Ultralisks remaining and no units. 5 Ultralisks now. Gonna have to pull the SCVs once again. Oh man, the Ultras just pouring in. He lifts the command center. He's trying to counterattack with these 4 tanks. The drone's even gonna help him by blocking the Zerglings, but yeah, this is looking more and more grim for our Terran player here. I see a few Vultures harassing the top right as well, but I mean, you know, what are you realistically gonna do here as Mong?
예를 들어서 뭐 7시 앞마당을 견제했다 이러면 다른 쪽에서 드론이 차서 일하고
Anyway,
다 붙어 있죠.
looks like Sabre taking down the 12 o'clock. He's trying to figure. I mean, he's got a decent number of Ultralisks now. He just can't seem to figure out how to actually close out this game. He just keeps getting harassed and non-stop by Mong. Looks like finally having a chance to attack himself, and that could possibly be it here. Looks like the mine's providing a nice defense here for Mong, but with all these Ultras moving in. GG from Mong. And Sabre finally closes it out here. So we are 1-1 in this losers match. The next game